This video shows how a drawing program can be used to design a goblet and produce a profile drawing. This can be used as a dimension template for turning the item. The design can be reviewed and fine-tuned at this stage before committing to time and expensive wood. Other drawing programs such as CorelDRAW, Adobe Illustrator and Creative Woodworker can be purchased. However, this program, Inkscape, is free to download and use from their website onto a Windows computer. We will start with two parameters. The diameter of the goblet is 100 millimeters. The height of the goblet is 160 millimeters. We start by placing guidelines at positions 100 millimeters apart horizontally, about a center line. And 160 millimeters apart vertically, taking measurements from the rulers on the drawing. This marks the area in which we'll be putting together the profile of the goblet. Using the Bezier pen tool and selecting the straight line option, draw the top line of the goblet out from the center line. Using the curve line option, draw down the bowl of the goblet from the top down to the waistband in a series of steps. Each step creates an adjustment node, which is a reference point which can be modified later. We can fine-tune the shape of the curve using the Node Edit tool to reposition nodes which control the shape of the curve. Use the straight line option to draw the waistband, which acts as the transition between bowl and stem. Now use the curve option to draw the stem down to the base. Modify the stem shape to work with the curvature of the bowl above. Use the straight edge option to finish the base back to the center line. The drawing now consists of all the separate paths we have drawn. Now join them into one continuous profile using the Path Combine tool. We do not need to draw the left side of the goblet, as we can clone the right-hand side. This has advantages over copying or duplicating it. Rotate the clone to join the right-hand side. Now we can assess the whole profile of the goblet. Time to review it and consider any changes. Let's alter the stem, first modifying the right-hand side. Separate the path into its several parts to access the stem curve by breaking the path. Move the node points or handles around each to change the stem curve. Combine again and note the clone left-hand side also follows the change. Experiment with position to see the effect on the overall design. Find that position that visually works for you. Print out the drawing and save it to the computer for future use. Inkscape will print out a true size profile drawing of the screen. Measurements can be taken to produce a plan to locate the diameters of the wood at significant positions. Transfer this information to the wood. Cut the diameters to size and shape with a spindle gouge. Using the outer shape of the profile and proffering it to the emerging shape of the goblet is a really useful progress check. Turn profile ready for sanding and polishing. Once the profile design is established, it can be made into a single diagram with no separate parts. This is useful as it can be duplicated and copies scaled down to make any number of items in a set. Print out the different sizes and work from the plan. I found this to be popular for a family with children, each of them having their own size goblets.